how to build software startup while you are in a full-time job. You don't want to lose your job, you don't want to leave your job because, well, it gives you a sustainable revenue, but you have vision, you have an idea of building your own business, of creating your product, or maybe you already started creating it. So here are 5 tips that I would do in your case if you are just starting out, if you're trying to craft your platform vision, your product vision, you started building it, but you are still in a full-time job. So the first topic that I would address would be my product vision and my entrepreneurship journey vision. What I mean by that is that I would clearly write down where I want to be in 5 years and answer myself clearly, is it truly what I actually want? So if you define your vision in 3 to 5 years, if you are happy with this vision, okay, cool, go with it. Go and try to implement it. Don't quit your job yet. The next step, the next tip is to allocate some time. You actually gotta do some real stuff to make things happen. It's not enough to write down your vision, to stick it on your whiteboard or computer desktop. That's not gonna work. So you need to allocate some time. The practical tip is obligate yourself that you will work on your software or platform startup development, and not getting into details what tasks you will do, but for instance, at least 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week. You set up the number of hours you will commit to yourself, no one else. And well, you will have to sacrifice some time spent watching TV, maybe hanging out with friends. You will have to refuse one or another invitation, but that's it if you want to make your vision alive. Remember, step number 1 is to craft your vision, to define what you want to achieve, and if it's truly inspiring, it will be no difficulties for you to find 5 or 10 hours a week working on your software or platform startup. The third thing, and the third tip would be to get knowledge, to get needed knowledge. You don't need to spend a bunch of money or spend too much time on that. Gosh, so many books, so many blogs, so many free and paid courses, not actually very expensive courses, are there. Get into the niche, get into the industry where are you willing to build your software, and know as more as possible about that niche, about the whole industry in it. Well, you can spend some time that you already committed to working with your startup on gaining this specific knowledge. Tip number 4, well, ask who, not how. While you are at full-time job, you can't be the person who will do everything. So it doesn't make sense for you to get into all these details. You don't need to become a nerd who knows everything about everything. Yeah, tip number 3 we were talking about was to gain knowledge as more as possible, but you don't have to be the person who will implement everything. So while you're working in the full-time job, you actually have revenue, and maybe you can hire someone to do a less costly task that will save much time for you. So ask who, not how. When you are clear of what needs to be done, then ask the question, who could do this task faster, cheaper, and better than me, so that you could focus on more essential tasks. And the final tip, well, we could go even into more tips, but I promise to give you 5 tips. Tip number 5 would be to start building community of your potential customers. You don't have product yet, you don't have business yet, but you want to infiltrate in the community of your potential customers. So if you are willing to solve a specific problem, build a product for solving this problem, you gotta find a way to attract these people who actually have this problem. You want to be close to them. And while you don't have the product, while you're working in your day job, gosh, I would be willing to build a community of my potential early adopters. You don't have to pitch them, but you can get some networking with them and digging deeper into the problem, into the specificity, and getting feedback on whether it would make sense to build such solution as you're thinking or not? So remember these 5 tips, and you still can keep your day job. You can have financial security, not the financial freedom, but at least financial security, and you still could be working and developing your SaaS business.